presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Who wanna bet us that we don't touch letters, stack cheddars forever, live treacherous, all the etceteras.
And we're live in the effect. Thanks to everybody who's been fucking with us so far. Loving the feedback, loving the love.
Yeah.
All the positive vibes. Got the wave popping the effect at the _ effect on Insta. That's how you can get at us. I mean, the live is about to be on right now. Come on, man. Clee with me as always. What's up, Clee?
What up? What up? Hello, IE.
IE was good. So with you, Preem? Come on, man. Preem on the boards today. He taking the back seat. He's hungover. What's new? That's a homie. I love him though. Ranch life. But today, I got a special guest. My homie, Creative Minds, Vibe Hires, the brand. Terence is the man. What's cracking, homie? What's up with you?
What's going on, man? Well, thank you guys for having me come out today. Thank you guys. Appreciate that, man.
Definitely, man.
Just out here grinding, man, trying to build this brand and build something big for the IE.
Definitely, that's what I like. People who are doing something. We talked about that with Eric Sosa. Like, I like people who are about action. You mean people who are taking that step, people who are trying. I mean, or not even trying. People are doing. That's what I hate when people say you still trying to do that music thing, or you're trying to do a podcast. Nah, I'm doing it. If it's not up to your standards or you don't like it, that's fine. Well, I'm moving. Exactly. I mean, I can't wait for you or your opinion, so I'm gonna keep going. So even like with your vibe higher, like with your business partner, you guys gotta be on the same vibration. You gotta be on the same level, have the same mindset, concepts. They all got to be in line. So you want to talk about your business partner and how this formed?
Yeah, man. Actually, it was funny how this started. I actually started Creative Minds back when I was 18. Yeah. But the company folded, so I never really got rid of the name. Loved the name.
Yep.
And it was funny because two of my friends that wrote in a group text message like Vibe High, and I had also seen it on their Instagram, and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of dope. Yeah. Creative Minds, Vibe High, KXV. Has a good classic kind of fit to it, good culture. I definitely could build something around it. And I was like, hit me. Yo, bro, we have to start a clothing company. We have to do something with it. It could be huge. I'd see something like a $1 billion company and let's run it. And he was like, let's do it. So that's how we pretty much started off.
I'm loving it. I'm loving the shirt that you got on right now.
Thank you, man.
That's a Talk Less, Do More, right?
Yeah, this is our Talk Less, Do More tee. It's actually not even really screen printed on. Most people would
just press it real quick.
Press it on real quick. Yeah, this is actually in the t-shirt.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And we
you want the stick. You want it to be fucking product. You want quality. You want
quality over quantity. There you go. Quality over quantity.
Yeah, definitely, man. But you talk about starting a business when you're 18.
Yeah.
And that goes to show your patience. We talk about patience in business. Everybody want to be Mark Zuckerberg.
Yep.
Everybody want to be Gary Vee.
Nothing's overnight. Like everybody thinks it's a movie.
Kevin Hart prays before every show, and he says, "Everybody want to be famous. Don't nobody want to do the work."
That part.
Like that part.
Yeah.
It takes work. Today I downloaded a Kendrick album from 2003.
Which one is that?
It's like a K-Dot one.
Oh, K-Dot.
It's a K-Dot. It's you got one with J-Rock. I think that was like 2007. Yeah. Then you had one like C4.
Yeah.
And all those is like pre-2009-ish.
And that's the thing. Oh, you heard this new Kendrick? Yes, I've heard it because I've been listening to him all these years.
Long time.
I love the progression. I love the fact his body was Section 80. OD, what was it?
Section 80, overly dedicated.
Overly dedicated.
OD.
That's
one of my
that's
favorites.
when he changed his name to Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, and that's when he started going. So with patience, with putting time in, there comes sacrifices. People want your time. You got family, you got friends, you got girl, man, whatever your situation is. But sacrifice, like, how do you feel about that? You got 2 daughters, like, you're putting work in, you're doing work to benefit them, to feed them, but you're sacrificing time with them. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, it sucks now not being able to spend the time with them, but I mean, they both understand, just like I understand, that we're trying to leave a legacy.
Yep.
Like Dame Dash said, don't hustle for your first name, hustle for your last name. So that's definitely something that we build upon, and I've been taught that since a young age from my grandfather. Family is all you got. So I definitely try and instill that in them. So even though that I don't get to spend the time with them, they understand, like, Daddy's doing something that's going to help.
Working for you.
Yeah, that's going to help us to where we don't have to work a 9 to 5. We'll be the Chiefs, not the Indians, basically.
Oh yeah, that's I'm glad you said that, because 40 hours a week at a job versus 80, 100 hours a week as an entrepreneur, You don't have a schedule. That alarm goes off. Once I get up, I'm working.
Exactly.
Your brand. Look, I'm working out. Look at how I'm eating. Look at the business meetings I'm in. Like, this is your brand. This is the thing. So, why do you think people are just so content with this old way of working, just going to a job? Well, you think that just psychologically they seen their parents do it, or
I think it's like something that's passed down and it's in the culture. Like, when you get out of school, what do you want to do? You want to go get a good job.
Yeah,
we all heard that. You go get a good job, but it's like, who's that good job for? You know, like every day, what are those hours going to? Like, is it more for your family, or are you doing more of this work for them? You know,
the way I look at it with this whole thing, man, is systematic.
Yeah,
they're you know, from
we've
TV,
been shaped, we've been
brainwashed since we were little
ass
kids.
Dream,
Yeah, the little
white picket fence.
There you go. Work a 9 to 5, get you a nice house, have some kids, and retire, and hopefully you get your pension.
Yeah.
You know, well, we see how that's working out
that's
now.
just diminished, bro. That's
Exactly. So,
401ks,
yeah, man, I think it's been instilled for that versus really watching entrepreneurs. And then when you do watch entrepreneurs, you have to think about also the TVs and what parents are telling their children. You can't do that. Like, I tried that. I tried being an entrepreneur. It didn't work.
That's the thing too. Your parents telling you that, like, how fucking demoralizing is that?
Yeah.
Like, and they're like trying to protect you, but they're not.
At the end of the day, they're looking out for your best interest. You know, but they just see the world in a different view, though.
Yeah. So I mean, it's from their perspective.
Exactly.
You know, we all have our own perspective. I mean, honestly, do all of our friends think that we're gonna make it? That this podcast is gonna make it? They don't think that this clothing company is gonna make it. But their perspective does not matter. What matters is our perspective and how we're gonna take off with in what we do.
Exactly.
I think that plays a huge part. Something psychologically, your parents. I was gifted enough to have. You know, my mom has always been an entrepreneur. My grandfather has been an entrepreneur all his life.
That's what's up.
So I think I had the chance to see it from a different life. And my best friend Ricky, matter of fact, shout out to Ricky Doran, big Ricky out there too. He owned a business, and Ricky, when we were kids, man, he had would sell candy. Always come over to my mom's house, stacks of ones, 10s, 20s, and I'm like, dude, like. That's hustling. That's something I want to do.
That's tight too, because I seen that video you posted earlier with the little kid. With the his lawnmower service. That shit was dope. Me and the homie Tiger used to do on the block. We go to Sheep's house. He's the only one with the computer. Print up some flyers. Hey, $10 front and back, homie. Like, we're trying. Like, you don't know, because you got to get it yourself. You got to be like, not only for your family, but like, you don't want no boss. Like, if you can't take this home, if this ain't yours, then who are you working for? Like,
exactly.
I've had a lot of good jobs, and something that just stuck out to me. We all have intuition. We all know what we want to do. We know what we're made for, or at least the ones who are vibrating knows what they're made for. Like, this ain't good enough. So, like 3 years ago, I was working for a big lots distribution center in Rancho, good company, 40 hours a week, your little benefits. I mean, it was good. It's a good job if you have to take care of your family or something. It's good. But my little sister Roxanne was having her first son, and at Pomona Hospital. So I called off. I was like, I can't make it in today. My little sister's about to have a baby. This is important to me. They're like, oh, that's not a good reason to call off. You're going to get written up. You're going to do all this. I was like, all right, I'll sign the paperwork. And right there, I was like, word? Fuck no, I'm never going to get that back. That's my little sister. That's my nephew. Like, I'm never going to get that back. And I'm going to be what? Driving a forklift? Get in trouble? Keep it. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm not going to miss out on life for a paycheck. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's basically what happens, man, when you work a 9 to 5. I remember playing football pretty much all my life, and my dad could make it to some of the games, but he owns a business now, but at that time he was working for someone. You know, he was the foreman, but he was not the boss. The boss could go take trips whenever he wanted to. He could
go, foreman, handle this one in Jamaica.
Exactly. So when your son has a football game, he can't make it because he's running around while your boss is on the sand dunes with his sons. You know what I mean? So 9 to 5 could definitely take over your life. And with the whole KXV, I think everybody has that creative intuition inside of them, man. Like you were saying, just everyone has that intuition. It's just who is going to listen to it, you know what I mean? Who's going to let society tell them, or who's going to let that something inside of them tell them, like, I could do better than where I'm at, or I could be bigger than what I am. You know, I don't have to listen to them. I'm going to vibe higher. So creative minds vibe high. So
how you feel about that, Klee?
Yeah, most definitely. Like you said, everyone is creative. Like, I've been working at the school a lot, and I noticed in kindergarten they all color and draw, every single one of them. And then as they get older,
where does it go?
Yeah, they stop drawing, they stop color, they stop creating, they start
watching.
Yeah, then they start like just standing and reading. They just chilling. You feel me?
Listening to music. Listening to the latest artists that just came out. Because their mom bumps it in there and their dad bumps the same song in the car.
Oh yeah. By kindergarten they already know. Like this week the kids were or last week they were like, that song's old. These were like first grader, kindergartners. I was like, okay, for sure. We'll keep it moving on the playlist. But yeah, man.
We heard that at 99.1 last week. That's funny. Kids soak up everything too, so it's really important what you show your kid. If you work a 9 to 5, and I'm not knocking anybody who's taking care of their kids right now. Definitely not doing that. But if your kid sees you coming home every day, burnt out, tired, complaining, what are they gonna think? That's life? That's my only option. But if you working a regular job, you got your side hustle, you're excited, you're passionate about this, they see you moving, they see you going, they see you working out, they want to be healthy. This all creates a snowball effect in the right direction.
Exactly.
So I think it's very important to be an example, to lead by example. And that goes with goal setting. Do you have a plan? Most people work these jobs, most people just go to school, most people just do things because that's the way it's been done before. That's all they know. People just don't know what they want to do, so they coast through life. I mean,
that's like we're definitely in this thing, and the landscape of everything is so, there's no future in it, or you don't know, it's so unpredictable.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like, why not start your own business? Why not try it? Because at the end of the day, I always say this is the new era of the double hustle. Yeah. You kind of gotta have
something.
You gotta have that like 9 to 5 or part-time thing that you're doing, and you gotta have your side hustle thing that you're doing.
So I just want to clear this up. I'm not knocking anybody that has a 9 to 5. I'm a normal guy.
Without the people with the 9 to 5, we don't have none of this. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will clear. I actually have a 9 to 5 myself. I work overnight helping mental patients. Yeah. But the key is, I got a side hustle. My side hustle is this clothing brand.
You wanted to take over the 9 to 5 and be your life,
exactly,
your livelihood.
And that's the difference between us and some other people who just look at, I need that secure paycheck because entrepreneurship doesn't give me that secure paycheck.
You gotta take risks.
That's that part right there. People don't want to take risks. It's too much. Like, I don't want to lose $200.
I don't want to lose this little bit for all this.
I don't want to lose $200 for the next pair of Jordans that come out, when that $200 could incorporate myself to where I will have a business credit line that will give me the shoes that I need.
But I could be fresh on the gram though.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather be fresh but I'm an Instagram model. Like, come on.
And the site that you said that you incorporated, because like investments versus purchases. So this mic, this mixer, these cameras, that's all investments. That all costs money.
Yeah.
I could have went and bought J's. I could have went and did whatever, ice, whatever. Yeah. But for what? Instant gratification? For some immediate? I want to build something. I want to keep doing this. I want to do this every week. And we have been. So what are the necessary things you need to invest in as far as your business or in business in general?
Well, I think all of this comes down to a mindset is what it comes down to. Because if you don't have the right mindset, you're going to obviously play yourself. Because what comes between an investment and what I like to do, what we said a purchase, but really is consumer debt. It's really consumer debt, you know what I mean? With an investment, I'm going to invest my money and it's going to bring me something back. There's going to be ROI that's attached to that. But if I'm purchasing something, it now becomes consumer debt. I just went out and bought something I lost value on this. If I turn around and sell it, it's not going to be worth what I bought it for, unless it's a classic, edition, which would be an investment. It wouldn't be a consumer debt. So that part really plays big with that mindset, and people who look at it just as, I'm just spending money on this mixer to try something or not take it as serious, then you have put yourself in that category. But for KXV, for investment for us, man, I think it's really investment in time and money and creativity. As far as
materials, shirts, phone cases.
We actually, the way we have it set up, everything is drop shipped. Nothing is at my house. We don't have a warehouse. And that's what I see as a 21st century business. We're always talking about, we could open up a business online from our phones. Well, we figured out, hell, we could do a clothing line without actually having the product in hand. And
do it on demand,
on demand. They'll print up the shirts for us. They'll print up the cases, the socks. They'll even print up the packaging for us. And when you need something returned, it doesn't get returned to me. It gets returned to them. They pick up customer service. Everything's turnkey.
So you cut out the middleman, or you gave a middleman to something easy, kind of.
I basically made them
cut out a lot of middlemen.
Cut out a lot of middlemen. No more worrying about shipping or coming from China.
Yeah.
Me having to go down to the fashion district.
Okay.
Everything's in one spot,
Yeah.
one location, all from the control of my phone.
Hell yeah.
And if I need to get in contact to them, I just call them.
Yeah.
You know.
2017, everything's so accessible. It's like,
Yeah.
what's the reason not? Like, people be like, why are you doing that? I'm like, why are you doing a podcast? Why are you not doing something? Like,
Exactly.
you don't have no passion? Like, I don't know. And to me, I want to progress. I want to grow.
It's a mind state thing. Like how these questions that you're saying that people have been at, and we've all been getting these questions, but when someone's asking you why, when it's not what, you feel me? Hey,
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey man, what you doing now? That's a whole different mind state than why you doing that?
Yeah.
Why y'all doing
Even in
that?
the tone.
How much time y'all be taking? How long that be taking?
Yeah.
How much you get paid?
Instead of that's dope. What y'all doing? Oh, okay, yeah. You can see it in the tone. So that's a whole mind state thing.
Yep. Everything's a mindset, man. All of it.
So that's why we're the effect. Now, we can't touch a million people, but I could touch the homie. I could reach out and someone who grabs the idea or the thought, and that can reflect, and that can just keep going. Like, like Tupac, I might not change the world, but I might spark the mind that changes the world.
Exactly.
Like, we just want to give our own personal experience and knowledge on what we know.
Our last show was a effect.
Yeah.
That was a request show.
Yeah.
So we were doing other shows. Someone said y'all needed this, then we did that, and now we're bringing that again. So we're starting to see the kind of the reciprocation.
And it was fun.
It was fun.
It was turned up. You know, hot girls we were drinking. Like, it was fun. But yeah, that's an effect. Like, people say, oh, I like that episode. I like this episode. But what about the women? What about the girls? Like, you know, incorporate us?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Actually, let's do it. Let's run it.
That's a whole nother audience you guys just touched.
A whole nother audience you tapped into. And then other girls like, oh, that's nasty. Other girls like, oh, that's fucking dope. When can I be on? Like, so that's what you want. You want the dialogue. You want the conversation started. So how do you get that going? All social media for you, for your brand? Or is it personal contact? Is it meet and greet? Is it on the streets?
Really, everything right now is social media. I've networked a lot throughout my life. I made really good friends. And that's another thing. People do not burn bridges.
Nope.
That's another big
Relationships
thing.
build business.
Exactly. Do not burn bridges because that can make or break your business big time. And yeah, man, so I've just held good connections with people and been able to get in the right, or I would say my foot in the right door.
All right.
You know, with the right people. So
let's talk about your mom being an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And your grandpa.
Yeah.
So would you call them mentors, or would you call them people that you could look up to, or?
Yeah, they definitely have been mentors. Yeah, definitely have been mentors. Actually, the guy that I work for, he's one of my mentors as well, and he's helped me big time on staying focused and being persistent. Yeah. I'm one of those people who all my life I had ADD, so like I'm bouncing around.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I'm always doing something. So I just found something that I am passionate about. Like I said, I started businesses at 18 that failed, but people may laugh at my failures, but it's all right because those failures will turn into success because of what I've learned. So so now I just found a passion. So I would say everyone definitely find a passion and find those mentors, even if it's not your family. So open up a book, find them on YouTube, a podcast. Someone might see you guys as someone who they can look up to, and you guys would potentially be their mentors on how to run a business. Like
even to that, like Joe Rogan podcast started in his house, Fighting the Kids started in their garage. Like to me, that's dope. Me, I come from you can even say poor family. My mom got us a house on Section 8. My dad worked a regular job. She was a stay-at-home mom. So I was always just like, oh, Kobe's balling. What does he do? Yeah. Charles Woodson's balling. What does he do? Tony Dungy's inspiring these young men. What does he do? Like I was always into mindset. Into the mindset. And then books, I always read books as a kid, so then self-help, self-improvement books, those are always big to me. So I'm always trying to soak up knowledge. I'm talking to him, what are you reading? Boom, what can I get into? I grew up in a Christian family as well, so I took a lot from that. I wouldn't say I have a religion, but the values, the good parts, I try to pull from everywhere. I mean, I try to just soak up game. And then YouTube videos like E.T. the hip hop preacher, like if you fall 7 times, get up 8. I call that shit YouTube University. What works for you? What inspires you? I don't know. What about you, Clee?
I think you just got to be inspired, and you got to take one from was it the 40 Laws of Power, the one where you have to make act like you're like a kid,
Mhm.
because when you're a kid, you're dependent on people to learn or whatever. And this dude, the story was this dude was trying to learn a language and he couldn't learn the language.
Yeah.
So he's like, how do the kids do it? And he had to put his mind state of he doesn't know nothing,
Yep.
you know, to get into it. And so you got to think about that. If it's hard, you just got to keep doing it. There was a time where, I don't know if y'all remember, but it was hard as fuck to get the ball up to the hoop.
Yeah.
There was a time where that shit was hard.
Yeah.
There was a time where I see this shit every day. The kid be like, Mr. Smith, I got to 4 bars. And he's doing the monkey bars. And he got the 4 and he just fucking dropped.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be 5.
Yeah, 5. Mr. Smith, I got 5.
Yeah.
You know, we got to think about, there was a time where everything was hard as fuck. You were just falling. You were getting scratched. You were, you know, getting bumps, you know, you were crying, you were fucking frustrated and stuff like that, but you got through it.
Yeah, well, there's something you had said that really stuck out to me. It was when you had said like you were going through you seen your family and with your circumstances which you were going through, and you had seen like, I want that, or I want to be like him. You know what I mean? That creative spark took over, and you knew like I needed to do something to get me to this, so I can go to this next level because I don't want to be here no more.
You got to change something, and you got to be the change.
Yeah, that's what KXP stands for. That's exactly. I know you went through something that make you say, you know what, the effect. I'm going to use this to get me to where I need to be because I don't like where I'm currently at.
Oh yeah, most
you know
definitely.
What I mean? I see that as something that the creative side that's going to help anybody vibe high in their circumstances.
Hell yeah. And then saving money too. Not even investments is one thing. Not purchasing shit you don't need is one thing, but saving money. Now back to the mentors, my homie Jose Duenas. My dad passed away when I was 22, and we didn't life insurance. What the fuck is that? I mean, we do a car wash. If you're from the hood, you know a car wash is for a funeral and a black dress for your mom, or you mean the widow. So we did that, and at that time, my homie Jose Duenas was working. He's still with the company PHP. I mean, it's like
people helping people. Yeah.
So that same thing, like it just worked out magically, and I did that for a couple months. I never got my license selling life insurance, but I sat down with people. I got families, knowledgeable about life insurance. I put at least 10 families in position to save, and now they're doing good. People from my block, people from my hood that I still fuck with. I mean, so like that experience also shows you like, damn, what were we doing the whole time? Like, I mean, why were we not educated? This information is out there.
Yeah.
So that personally was like another like, Sean, you better wake up.
Yeah.
This shit's going fast.
That's funny. I was actually in Prime America myself.
See, probably the same thing.
Yeah.
So just to be able to hustle with people like with the same thing, the homie Jose just put me on his wing. He's a family man. He's a Christian man. He got 2 kids. He was just like, what are you doing? Let's go. What you trying to do? You trying to rap? Let's go.
Yeah.
You want to make some shirts? Let's go. Yeah. Like, call me at 5 a.m. You sleeping, dog?
That's
really?
That's an ambition, man. That's an ambition. Everybody has it, but nobody wants to really harness it. You know.
And like me and Preem talk about, God will make mistakes. So having someone in your life after that particular, like, nah, that's not coincidence. There's no coincidences. Like, people are placed to strategically put you where you need to be.
I definitely agree.
Yeah. Anything else you want to touch on right now, Clee?
Back to what you said, just invest, and when you start investing, using your investments wisely.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Like, there's a lot of markets that they are dependent on, like hobbyists and people not really doing stuff with it. So like Sam Ash and Guitar Center have all this stuff. Most of the stuff they sell is to hobbyists or somebody trying to get their startup. So there's a bunch of people. So like, if you're doing it, that's it right there, you know, because I know a lot of people that got, top of the line DJ equipment in their garage, but, they're working so much, or, they're into, whatever's taking over their life to where they can't even get to it. Myself, I got golf clubs in my trunk right now. When you get on, that stuff starts getting paid for.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It's not a necessity business. Like, if I pop a string on my guitar, it's like, I'm gonna just watch the basketball game.
So when you start investing, it's making sure you use your investments wisely and seeing the future of your investments, what they can bring you a little bit later. Yeah, that's what I'm starting to learn.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's the same thing that I've learned in putting it in the right places. That's a big thing with saving it and investing it. Like, we could easily take money and invest it in some guy on Fiverr who we have no track record about. And he could really fuck some shit up and mess up our brand, because our branding is everything, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep and get up again. So I rather spend my money wisely on a professional thing called Kit, which is gonna be basically your virtual assistant, and you just give her some money and she'll put the work in for you. But she's been tested. She's
is it built off an algorithm or?
Yeah. She has an algorithm built into her. A whole good couple of experts that run it for us. So I really go that route than go this route. That's a wise investment. We save the money properly to put it that way versus giving it to someone who might really mess up our brand.
So we talk about saving, investing. These are things that you have to pick up. It comes along with personal growth. You have to unlearn a lot of bad habits. Yeah. Also implement good habits. Yeah. So what are you doing? What are you reading right now? Like, you were talking about that book earlier. Go ahead and talk about that. What else books you usually use?
That's a heavy book. That's a heavy book.
All right. Well, more like Think and Grow Rich. That's very common. Yeah. What are some gems that you've used to just open the mind?
Throw that one out there, though. I think the people should hear that.
Yeah, there might be some out there. The Secret of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. If you guys do not know who that is, definitely go check that man out. Very knowledgeable man. As far as the books that I'm currently reading or that I have read to get me where I am, Think and Grow Rich. I've been put on Outwitting the Devil. Tony Robbins' book. This was actually his money book. The playbook. That one. I've read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale.
I think I referred that one to you.
Yeah. Yep. Steve Harvey. I read one of his books. 48 Laws of Power. The Brahma Gita. I actually just finished that. I have the Tao Te Ching. A lot of different spiritual things because what I've learned, bro, is that everything is a mindset. Yeah. Everything. So if you don't have the right mindset, your business isn't gonna work. So I would say people not only read the books, but also check out, go on YouTube if you're not a reader. Check out some audiobooks. Big time, man.
That's what he's big on, the audiobooks.
Yeah, audiobooks, man. They'll save your life.
Yeah, they definitely will.
Like on the go. And they're good for, a companion if you own a book.
Yeah.
And I say highlight. Don't leave those pages white.
Oh yeah, they definitely take notes. A lot of entrepreneurs, successful people who might not even be entrepreneurs, or just managers of a business said that they've written stuff down. Yep. You know what I mean?
Got it. You have to. Something that stood out at that time.
Yeah. I think it's Thomas Jefferson. They got this thing called the Thomas Jefferson Bible. If you guys could check that out. But he would take the Bible and just like cut the stuff he liked and glue it in another book and write stuff and add
like
to
a vision
it.
board.
Yeah, it was like a scrapbook.
And use the things that were most beneficial to him.
Exactly.
That's dope. Oh, yeah.
You want to start with humming?
What's up, bro?
Man, just hanging out here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Got my man Barry Ludd on the phone. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how you got acquainted with Terence and how this all started, because we're fucking with the movement. I like the creative minds, vibe high, like that's what we're about, the vibrations.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man, being on the same page and executing. So you want to give you a little spin on it?
Oh, sure, man. I mean, me and Terence go, way back, we go back to about the Sandbox, so we always had that business savvy type of mindset. We were both, I guess you could say, in tune to the same frequency, for lack of better words.
Yeah,
we were both on the same type of thing. So we did a couple little business ventures, different companies here and there, even network marketing.
Yep.
And so we learned and acquired a lot of tools from these different companies that we worked for.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, so it's definitely helping us. So we decided to, launch our own business. We have Terence, who has his own creative mind himself. That's something that he's been interested in. And at the same time, recently, I've been reading a lot of books. That's one of my biggest hobbies.
Yep.
And I've been learning a lot more about vibrations. So I started, using the hashtag Vibe High a lot, and just, preaching to people about vibrations and how, happiness is pretty much a choice.
Yeah, true. You got to wake up and choose to feel a certain way.
Exactly, brother. So from there, we started talking about, how we could take this and do something with it, with spreading awareness as much of the global scale as we possibly could, because it's something that definitely interests us in our own personal time. It's something that excites me to learn about new philosophies and religious philosophies.
Yeah.
And once you start to get into that type of thing, you learn about vibrations.
Yeah, even I've seen Jay-Z interviews where he talks about being bright, being knowledgeable, light attracts light, like attracts like. So, Terence, you want to get back in and talk about your guys' creative process as far as whether it's a visual, whether it's who's gonna blast on Instagram. You guys go have meetings about that? You guys want to go back and forth?
we actually do. Barry pretty much handles most of the Facebook stuff. He's the guy who runs the background with that. I usually run the Instagram and for the visuals, I'm kind of running that as well. But he's the man behind like really the driving force.
Oh yeah.
You know, like when things need to get done, he's on it. He's on it, man. If I have to take care of something else and something needs to get done, Barry's on it. No, like I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's good chemistry. Like you said, light attracts light. So we both hustle, and we have a reason why we're hustling.
Yeah, and he talks about you guys growing up together, relationships build business. Like he trusts you, you trust him, and then you go. What do you feel about that, Barry? Did we lose the homie? And we had our first caller, and I believe we just got our first disconnection. But thanks for calling.
For everything.
Thanks for calling in, Barry. That was dope as fuck, and we'll get back to you soon. Yeah. But that was tight though. We haven't used that before. Vibrations. The same thing with me and him. Like, what you been up to, dog? I'm trying to do a podcast. What about you? Fuck, I want to do a podcast too. Like, I mean, it's so accessible. The internet. You have on your phones, YouTube's like. Why not us?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
Yeah.
The only thing stopping you is fear. Is the fear that's in your mind.
Yeah, that you created,
exactly,
or someone else planted in there. Like, nah.
Thought is a powerful thing.
Yeah,
mind is a powerful thing.
It is. What's up, Clee? Look at a little shot over there.
Yeah. Just adjust real quick.
But the time in, we talk about being a professional. Someone like Kobe Bryant, the 10,000 hours in on their craft. Like, people don't understand like the time, the books, the meetings. Even like he said with the network marketing. Like, I had cousins, I had my mom like talking shit like, oh, that's a scam.
Yeah.
But I implemented everything that I learned from over there into this. I'm not good with all the tech, but he is. Primus, let's go. I'm good with the visual. I got this. Let's go. Like, building a team, building a supporting cast. Like,
that's definitely something they're big on. Delegating.
And I relate back to sports with everything. So even you need a point guard, you need a center, you need a shooting guard. Like, you need the right coach. You need to buy into the coach's system. I mean,
oh man.
And it takes a team for no matter what it is. Like. The way that Hollywood or the way that media portrays things, that they only show like the central figure. But then there's liner credits to not just your hip hop artists. There's liner credits to everything. Like, even when you guys are watching our show, you guys can sometimes see in our facial expressions because there's a whole lot going on over here, you know.
Shout out to Jesse.
Shout out to Tom. You know, they're like, you know, on the Instagram, you know, they're doing this, you know, Hannah, stuff like that. So everything, it takes a team. So that's like we were saying, like, you know, even if you don't have your own business, there's somebody around you that has a dream.
Be a team player.
And you got
play your role.
Something that you can, you know, contribute to them, you know.
Yeah, man. You guys ever heard of Brian Tracy?
Nuh-uh.
Oh man, definitely check out his books. I just got a book. Business strategies. It touches on that. He also touched about delegating work and stuff to different business partners and leadership and all of that.
And that's the main thing I learned from network marketing. You got to go. Who do you know? That's the big question. Who do you know? Boom. How can I do this? Who does visuals? Jesse. Boom. Who do the social media? Butler. Let's go though. I mean, you gotta have the team. Nobody gets anywhere by themselves. Like nobody. I don't care.
And another thing I want to touch on that too. That who do you know part? Because from a book that I've read, and also just learning from network marketing, is your personal branding is everything. From say if people knew me and all I did was I was a bad character, right? And I got into network marketing. Well, who do you think I'm going to contact? People who are probably in the same field.
Partying, fucking around.
Yeah, right? So your personal branding is kind of shot when you get into that field. So when you get into business, you've got to work on your personal branding, and you're connecting on who do you know. Get yourself in the right positions.
Get in the right circles.
Yeah, and definitely when you're running the business, have the right people around you that's going to help the business succeed and not fail because of their own hindrance. You know what I mean?
People give energy or take it. Like there's no in between. People are either going to add to your life or they're going to just suck the life out of you. And you see that whether it's a bad relationship, whether it's a bad seed in the family, like you know who you got to put your time in and take away time from. Like, I mean, I love everybody. I can't kick it all the time. I mean, I mean well. When we chill, it's all good.
Yeah.
But if you want to see me successful, you know that I got to put in the work.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to do this. Like
sometimes you got to separate business from friends.
You definitely. Sup, Clee?
Yeah, like
I like getting that Clee because Clee's a teacher, man.
Yeah,
Speaking of books, Clee's dropping a book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What book? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm definitely
summertime. Y'all look out for that. But
give them the
So the history on it will be started like African Americans in this country.
Okay.
We don't necessarily own a lot of things about our culture. So a lot of things that are our culture end up being what is the dominant culture or what's in style, right? Yeah. So a lot of different groups, when they come to this country, they can speak another language at home that's different than English, and that's a defense mechanism. Also, you can do that in public. It's kind of like a code.
Yeah.
So like as African Americans and the other people that live, proximity to us, that's the people that started jazz and hip hop and stuff like that. Started flipping words on the slang and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that stuff transitions into media, into the music and stuff like that. So if we look at hip hop as a language, it could definitely change the way that things are taught in schools. Yeah. Because it's not about what kids are learning, but also how they learn.
Yeah.
True,
it's
a big thing about that too.
Yeah, that's deep. I like that. Yeah, man. Let me know when that's done. I definitely want to check that out, promote that. That's dope.
Nah, that show's fire.
Yeah.
Because the other day he came, he was like, check it out. He has everything done. He's got to print it out. Yeah. So he was just showing me how it breaks down from like even raps to actual metaphors, similes, a simile.
And it's not just it's not just in rap. A lot of this stuff. It evolved. It's all around us.
Yeah.
So like the baby step or the first section of it is just consonants. So when the regular way we think about consonants is just Peter Pepper picked peppers. Something like that. But that's like how kids' first words come out: mama, papa, and all the languages. Mama and dada is like dada, papa, baba, words like that. But that's the same as Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And those things, can start arguments, you feel me?
Yeah.
Signature sounds that pop out with advertisement that catches your attention.
That stuff gets ingrained, deep, like how they was talking about in Inception, way back in there, you feel me? So if we look at hip hop like that, it is a language. It's just the package form of the language.
Yeah. And a language that's taken over the world, matter of fact.
Yeah, it's like the biggest thing to
We the new rock and roll.
To hit the
been
world
like that
since,
for a minute.
I would say it's like Egypt, like Egyptology. Everybody wanted to be like Egypt.
Yeah.
Hip hop is the new Egypt.
Yeah.
And they said, even low key, there's a study out there. They said the language would have sounded like hip hop that they was speaking at the time of the hieroglyphs and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like that.
That's dope.
And the way they carry themselves, flashy, like.
Yeah.
Why is that bad? Like, why are we being looked down upon? If you want to like that Pimp C line in the Jay-Z song, we came from kings. Like, we're supposed to shine. We're supposed to feel good.
Yeah. Well, it was beaten into you. That's why.
we've been doing this.
Literally,
it was beaten into you. That's why you think it's bad.
Yeah. Now you want to get to the top five with them?
Oh yeah.
So cut into that?
For the entrepreneurs out there, what would you say would be the first top 5 steps to get entrepreneurship off the ground?
All right, we kind of went over this through the snap.
Okay.
Kind of offended some people. So I'm going to break this down to you on what I mean on just do it.
Yep.
All right? Just do it is write it on the piece of paper. You have it in your mind, right?
Yep.
We'll write that action step down.
Nike's so real.
Just do it. You know what I mean? Then from there, what's your next step? All right, well, I need to write out a business plan. Just do it.
Yeah.
All right, well, from the business plan, I need to go get a DBA. Just do it. Just go fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can write it down, but if I don't do it, then it's just going to be on that piece of paper all fucking day long.
You got to execute.
Yeah, you have to execute. You know what I mean? And no matter how long that execution takes, just do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my biggest thing. I mean, everybody, there's so many books on what you can't do it with your mindset, this, that, and the third. But I can have the best mindset, but if I don't take the first step, everybody else will beat me to the race if I don't take that first step. Got to get some type of skin in the game. So,
Definitely.
Yeah, man. So after I mean, just doing it isn't tied to the 5 steps. Writing it down, you have a business plan. Make sure that your business plan is soundproof. You have the right people in the right positions. Get someone to maybe hear what you're writing, get their second opinion. If you have a business partner, sometimes listening to someone can stop you. Yeah. Second step, go get that DBA. Third, go put it in the newspaper.
Can you break down what a DBA is?
DBA is doing business as.
Okay.
Now, you can either do that as, well, it's the same thing as a fictitious business name, FBA. Mm-hmm. You can either do it as a sole proprietorship, general partnership, LLC, limited liability corporation, or you can do it as S Corp, C Corp. There's different lanes that you can take for different tax reasons.
Yeah.
So that's solely up to you on what you want to do, and then after that, you go run it in the newspaper. I'm basically breaking down the steps.
Definitely, that's definitely beneficial for people who don't know what an LLC means or what a DBA is.
Yeah, and so once you get that DBA, you go put in the newspaper. That's going to run for 4 weeks. Now, after that 4th week is done, that month is done, you are now officially in business. Go make your business cards. I mean, you can start from then. Making your website, that's another thing. I would say that would be the next step.
Probably the number one thing right now as far as advertising goes.
Yeah, definitely you want to make your website and your Facebook and your Instagram, because everything is 21st century. Everything is all right here on a phone, on an iPad, or on your laptop. No one's really doing newspapers no more. The newspapers are now switching to the phone, So you definitely want to take those necessary steps for your business to succeed, and then just get the word out there. Mm-hmm. At that point, it just comes down to money.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I figured out.
Yeah, print is going away, so the phone is literally like it's cracked for everybody. Everybody, you go to the mall, you go to a game, you just see people on their phones. So people are always soaking in information. So you got to put yourself visible.
Bro, my man is right there on his phone. Everybody's on their phone.
Yeah, like it's cracked. So that might even be the most important thing right now. That's crazy. Like with podcasting right now, like this is the wave right now. ESPN just let off like 100 employees or something. Dude. People who had shows that were
R.I.P.
Yeah, like
and I own some Disney stock. I ain't liking that.
Like for real, it shit got real quick.
That just shows the impact. Like
of the internet, of the wave.
Yeah, Netflix just did a statement that said their only competition right now is sleep.
For real, they got people so hooked.
If you notice, they cut out their DVDs. More DVDs, everything is just streamed.
Remember going to Blockbuster? Like it was like
Blockbuster.
It was an event.
Them,
it was an event. Like it was a thing. I'm gonna go pick out my movies. Before I knew it, like
popcorn,
overnight,
candy.
overnight, like they were boarded up. Like what happened to Blockbuster? Netflix just took the wave. Like crazy streaming. Like people, it's at a lower rate that people aren't even getting Spectrum, Time Warner, DirecTV. People are just getting HBO Go app. People are just getting Netflix. People are just getting ESPN Go. Like
check this out. You got a what is that called? A Fire Stick?
Yeah. Everything's right there.
Everything's right there. What's the point of having Comcast or any of those stations
being in a contract?
Yeah,
paying $100 a month. We can stay.
Everybody has Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and everybody and it's cracked too. So I won't throw it out there, but we know what it is.
Nah, it is, man. It's binge watching is a thing now. Before that, I don't remember watching. You can never watch back-to-back episodes of That 70s Show or Friends or whatever people watching. Now everything from the first episode to the last is right there in your face. Like people just.
What's the point of going to the movies?
You can stream it.
If I could just stream it.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's $22, $22 plus. If I bring my kids, that's like $30, $40.
They're gonna be next. You're already seeing like. I remember when I was young, there used to be a lot of drive-in theaters.
Yeah.
Now it's like only a couple.
Yep.
Rubido, Pomona. Yeah, and then San Bernardino, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Like me, I'm a huge UFC fan. I love it. Sorry, Dana. But like if I'm gonna pay $60 for a 13-second fight, you mean when I could just pull it up? Oh, bitch got knocked out. That was tight.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or I could just watch it on Facebook Live.
Yeah. I mean, Twitter with the NFL and the NBA now.
Yeah.
YouTube is going to start airing like one game per week.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that.
And then you could go back and check all the back catalog of games.
Wow.
UFC has, I think it's called UFC Unlimited or something.
Yeah, that's why Verizon brought
I'm getting it wrong, the name of it. UFC something, but you can literally watch every fight on there. And then they have like their fight nights live streaming, and you just pay like $10 a month or something.
Wow.
So we're in the future.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, the goal for like all those companies is to just have people on their phone more.
Yeah.
keep you there.
Yeah, keep you on the phone.
Keep you there. Like in business, they will say butts and seats. Who's coming? We know who's there. How many people are going to be at my whatever it is. But now it's viewers. How many views do you have? How many people liked it? How many people disliked? Yeah. And then people, even on the flip side, people who just use Instagram.
Yeah, how many followers?
Or followers.
Yeah. Shout out to Twerkahanas.
Yeah, hey, yeah. We had the homegirl on here last week, and we asked her. It was a dope ass point too. Yeah. When a guy gets your DMs, what do you look at? What interests you? No. But what interests you? She said his followers. Status, like.
Yeah. Dude, that if you think about it, that's fucking life, bro. Women usually want the buffest guy.
They want the alpha male.
Yeah, well, what they think is alpha male in their mind. Yeah. So the fastest car, the most money, the biggest house. So I can see that happening with Instagram.
No, but I was just like, damn, I didn't even think about that. Me, I'm just, is she hot? Cool personality, but it's a thing now. It's a thing now. Like,
that's what Xerxes working with. Everybody was walking in. It was this big entourage, you know. Yeah. You gotta have that car. Even Aladdin had to get the dope carpet, right?
Yeah. Right.
You gotta have a chariot, home. You gotta have fresh clothes. Like the game ain't never changed.
Yeah, very true.
That's funny.
Just the players.
You know, even what's his name? John the Baptist had a camel vest. You know, with a leather belt.
My man was in all white. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you gotta have the fresh.
He had that off-white. It's all about the texture. It's all about the touch. But yeah, man. Anything else you want to throw in here, man? Any other personal thoughts? Any points or any words of encouragement for the viewers?
Yeah, if there's anybody who is thinking about taking the leap, becoming an entrepreneur, who's always had the dream of being something more than who they think they are at the moment, or whatever situation they're in, and they feel like they need a chance to get out of it, and that one little seed that they have planted that's in the back of their mind that's like, just do it, but everything's telling you not to, just go do it. Like, that's my advice. I failed plenty of businesses, but I could have let that stop me. But each and every time I just go out and go do it. And now look, like there's a book, 3 Feet from Gold. It pretty much talks about there was 2 guys searching for gold, basically.
One was almost there, bounced,
man, and the other guy stayed, and he hit gold. And that's I would say, to be that person who's going to continue to be consistent and push through no matter what obstacle is in front of you.
That's funny because that person made a decision to work.
Yeah.
He made a decision, I'm going to be here until I hit that shit. Mindset. And the other guy was like, I really don't need it. I'm comfortable. I'm just going to call it a day.
There you go, man. I keep preaching it. Mindset is everything.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's fucking dope. But that's what I like, the vibe high, like Creative Minds vibe high. Because even with the Krilly, like it started off CRILLY.
That's just
it wasn't an acronym. Cool, calm, chill, California real. But we took out the I's and the L, so it's now CRLY. Create reality, love yourself.
I like that.
So like it just transformed. Like we put the pieces together. Dope rappers, dope people, sick ass producers. Like create reality. Your thoughts, your words, you speak into existence.
Exactly.
And then love yourself. Like everybody and their mom's gonna fucking tell you ain't shit. You suck. Why you want to do that? But if you love yourself and you believe in yourself and you got this confidence and you know when you step out the bed that you're about to fucking kick some ass. Then get it, man.
You wrote a business plan down for all this?
Yeah.
There you go.
All this was.
But it took you to do it, though, right?
Yeah, you had to do it. Even when I started making music, I was working at a Fortune 500 company called Granger. They're fucking legit, and I was working 8 to 10 hours a day. But after, I still got to go to the studio. I still got to show in Riverside. I still got to go pick up the homie because he's gonna get on my track. I still got to go meet up with producers because I need more beats. I still got to fucking get in someone like Noah James' email. Hey, let me get on the show. You got to, we're all tired. We all work, but what are you going to do after?
That part, you got to let life get in the way. Because life is always
there.
In the way.
There's always excuses. You can always turn up. You can always be down.
My boss pissed me off today, so I'm not going to do anything today. We just lost your opportunity.
I got a flat today. Some people are like, I'm having the worst luck. You are.
I hit my toe. It just turned my whole day around.
Like, nah, you gotta choose.
I've had 2 flat tires this year. Going to work, man. And it's in the morning, but I will never hit them like, hey, I'm off today. Like, I'm gonna be there. Just
wait on
take care of it real quick.
I'll
be there in an hour or so. But yeah, man, you just gotta keep doing it, man.
Believe, man. Like even like I was highly questionable. On ESPN, Ray Shremmer was on there. 2 2 little kids, man. They're fucking dope. But they're talking about being poor, being homeless, living in abandoned houses, and that they still were never depressed or nothing. They were just they were writing raps. They're out rapping each other like, this is where we're at, but this is not where I'm gonna be.
They knew.
I got the juice.
This is gonna get me out of the situation that I'm in.
I see where I'm at. This shit fucking sucks. I'm never gonna be here again. I promise you. So some people,
you gotta find that motivation.
Some people have the mentors there, the people in place who see it. Some people are like, I grew up one way. I'm not gonna. The second half of my life is not gonna be like this. So and then mindset. Like I want to drive that home. Mindset. Yeah, and I really like that. I mean, that's crucial.
Yeah. And even when you're working on your job, if you don't really know, like working on that job for so long, you develop a skill. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can put that into something.
Exactly.
I turned into a lead to a supervisor.
Yeah.
Now I can delegate with my team.
Tariq Nasheed was talking about that. He was saying, some people just try to go get a good job, but there's other people that get a job, they learn everything, and then they go open their own business. So like a cop open up his own private security thing or whatever, stuff like that. So
if you break that out, let's break that down to the demographics of races. Like, okay, certain races would be, I'm gonna get a job just to pay bills and take care of things, but you have certain races who will shack with 4, 5, 6 people to get their money right and then go open up that business that they just learned about. You know what I mean? Mindset. Am I going to be comfortable enough to? I just want a paycheck to buy my new shoes, to get my nails, to maybe travel once in a while, or I want to build a family legacy. So I need to learn this skill so then I can go open up my own mental facility and then open up 2 more for my kids.
Yeah, you eat, we all eat. That has to be the mindset. Like, if I'm helping you get on, you helping me get on, you helping me get on, whatever, and it gets to a point where, in that, supporting, you become like dependent on each other. So then it's like, I can't let your business fail because you provide this for me.
Yeah, you provide a service.
You feel me? So it's like if you got like the
mastermind.
you got like the family, you got the neighborhood farmer, that has like all the fruit or whatever. We can't let his shit go down because we getting all the fruit from him. So and so, Miss so and so, she makes the dresses and stuff like that. We can't let her business go down because my daughter is about to be school time. So I need clothes for them. So as you start supporting people and you build up the relationship, you can't let that business go down.
No.
If it's a business or if it's a storefront.
Yeah.
If somebody got a storefront, in your community, you become dependent on that.
Definitely.
When you get stuff.
Yep. Yeah, true.
And I think it's a book called Pushing Up People or Pulling Up People. They talk about how you said races, like every liquor store, every mom and pop shop is usually an immigrant, and they were stacked up 3-4 families in a pad. All right, I'm a stack up. I'm gonna rock these bum ass clothes, but I'm about to have a $10,000 in my bank account, $20,000 in my bank account that I can invest for rent space. Get whether it's a liquor store, whether it's a clothing store, whether it's like we said by Porky's Pizza, the where I used to get the white teas from. That's all Mexicans. Like that's all.
It's like you said, it's mind state. So like if you were born in America, at the end of the day, you're like spoiled. Because these people granted. People don't really know. Like these people don't come over here and they're willing to live like in a container. Like a lot of the Asians, shout out to them. They get the business started, but they'll live in a building in New York City where it's just 30 people on one floor.
Keep the shit
and
real,
the wall and the walls don't even go up to the ceiling. It's just some little makeshift stuff, and you got to go
like loft type.
It was on Shafir, what's his name?
Ari Shafir?
Ari Shafir's podcast. One of the dudes, he was just talking about this is where I had to live, growing up, in these type of places. So if like we, we're always complaining about something. But if you live in America,
it's not that bad.
You can go to the park and there's clean water in the park. Right? It's good. Like we always talk about, the tap water is horrible. At the end of the day, you can go to the park and drink fresh water. There's people that,
don't got water.
There's people that live by a lake, but they can't drink out the lake because it's polluted. And then they can't eat the cow that's walking right there because they drink out the lake.
That's crazy.
That's true, man. That's true.
Hell yeah, definitely like what we're touching on. Appreciate you for coming down. You want to give them your ads and all that?
Oh yeah, man, definitely, bro. You can find our clothing company, our clothing brand, KXV Lifestyle. That would be our Instagram. Our clothing company, our actually website would be www.kxvlifestyle.com. And also with our Facebook, it's Kreative Minds X Vibe High. You can find us on there. And my personal is Terence T. Booker. Definitely follow me so you guys can get updates, man. Keep you guys in touch with us.
Yeah, I'm a boy, man, doing positive things within the community. Always a positive mindset. Let's get this. Anything else you want to put out there before we get out of here?
Man, that's it, man. Hey, everybody vibe high. That's my biggest thing. Vibe high.
Yeah. Thanks for coming through. My boy Terence Booker.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, man.
We're out. Thanks.
Of us, me and my confidants, we shine. You feel the ambiance, y'all niggas just rhyme. By the ounce, though, accumulates like snow. We don't just shine, we illuminate the whole show. You feel me? Factions from the other side would love to kill me. Spill 3/4 of my blood into the street, let alone the heat. Fuck 'em, they hate a nigga loving his life in all possible ways. Know the feds is bugging my life. Hospital days reflecting when my man laid up on the uptown.